Hello and welcome to this thing we're doing. I am your host, Sarah Hazen Bask, and with me is Caden. Look out, it's 'cause we can podcast, 'cause we can podcast, 'cause we can. I swear I'm a good singer.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to 'Cause We Can podcast. I'm Sarah Hazen Bask.
I'm Caden.
As you could tell from that wannabe of an intro. Let's just dive into this.
Okay.
Dive into some news.
You researched all the news this time, and I was lazy.
Yay.
Yay!
Not yay, but you know. Oh. Sony.
I'll be right back. Continue without me.
Fine. Okay. The dog's eating something. Sony wants to extend their deal with Marvel Studios with Spider-Man. Originally, it was only a 3 solo picture deal, so it was supposed to be till they finished a third Tom Holland Spider-Man that the deal will end, but Sony has expressed that they're okay with renewing it and making it longer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm coming back, I swear. That's cool.
It is.
More Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's actually been pretty okay those last couple of years in terms of their Spider-Man, since they've given it to Marvel.
Yeah.
And even with what they're doing without Marvel is fine. Like, Venom was good. Or okay, I guess. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
And more on their other Spider-Man movie of this year.
Later.
You know Lin-Manuel of the Miranda?
Yeah.
What Hogwarts house would you say he is?
I have no idea who he is as a person.
He's a motherfucking Slytherin!
Nice.
Just had to say that, because I thought it was fun. Okay. So, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse hit theaters this week. We'll talk about that this week. Hence the Spider-Man-y opening. Those are words I speak. Are you gonna say anything? No. You'll just nod silently in the corner of this audio podcast.
That's right, because you're just I don't know what to say to these things.
So they have announced that they're working on a sequel.
Cool.
We'll focus on Miles Morales and the Gwen Stacy romance.
Nice.
Spidey Gwen version of Gwen Stacy.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're also working on a spin-off with a Spider-Woman spin-off.
Nice.
With not only the Gwen Stacy version of Spider-Woman,
right,
but also the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman, which is like the main Spider-Woman in the comics.
Oh, nice. That wasn't in this movie.
Yeah, and
That's
also
cool.
Silk, which is another female spider person.
Cool.
Spider-powered person.
Nice.
Yeah. Thoughts on those? Do you think it deserves a sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty fun.
Yeah. And they basically can do anything.
Yeah.
Like, if they wanted to bring some of the live-action Spider-Man back, they could.
Yeah. It's really
it's
open.
like multiverse. So.
Yeah, it's really open to that, which is good.
See, I had other stuff I thought. I feel like it's gonna be a light news day.
It's alright.
Yeah. Netflix. We didn't talk about this yet, but it's been the Netflix Marvel stuff. We know they're all canceled except Jessica Jones, which is getting a season 3 to drop later in 2019.
Yeah.
And The Punisher is coming out in January.
Nice. Like this coming up January?
Yeah, Punisher season 2.
Nice.
But basically everything else has been canceled, like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And apparently we have to wait 2 years before we can get them on anything else.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about that, how the Netflix deal went down with Disney.
There's like a clause in it saying they can't produce anything with those characters until 2 years after.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I hate when like things are stunted just by like bureaucracy.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, no, let them be, like, let it exist. Let it be creative.
Yeah, like it would have been fine if it like showed up on something.
Yeah.
On Netflix Plus, on Disney Plus or something.
Yeah.
But
that's really disappointing, actually.
Yeah.
So I was really getting into it, and now I feel like it's not like a complete thought. Like it's like, because they didn't intend it to end.
Yeah.
So you knew
For
that
all
there was
three,
more.
All 3 series, like both Luke Cage and Iron Fist ended on like kind of like, ooh, this is a nice turn. Can't wait to see what they do with it.
Even Daredevil, I was excited for more.
Yeah. Daredevil, though, it
could be an end.
It could be an end, but it was also like a new beginning sort of thing too. So
yeah.
But yeah.
That sucks.
But the Punisher deal was not a part of this. So if they end up canceling that, they can do whatever with Punisher.
That's cool.
So, but Jessica Jones will have to wait 2 years past 2019. So.
Wow. Because
they're still doing a season 3 for that.
Yeah. It's probably mostly done by the time they figure all this stuff is happening.
Yeah. Star Wars rumors.
Rumors?
You told me about this.
I told you this rumor. Yeah, I came across it on Facebook.
There's no sources or anything, so it is all just hearsay. And we do know a trailer is supposed to drop in December.
Yeah, it was just like rumors that the Star Wars teaser will be dropped on Christmas.
Which does kind of make sense, like, logically. Yeah.
If it hasn't happened yet and it said December, why wouldn't they just wait for, like, Christmas Eve or something?
Yeah. Or Boxing Day.
Even. Anything, like, Christmassy time.
Yeah.
Because we're almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all the news I gathered.
Yeah, slow news week.
Oh, wait, no, there was another news.
Oh, okay.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters, sequel to the 16 Godzilla?
To be quite honest with you, I had never seen any Godzilla, except for those ones that we watched together.
Yeah.
Which was like the first ever one, and a few of the sequels of that.
Yeah. But they released a trailer, but they also released some posters with the other monsters.
Ooh.
Here's Rodan.
Nice.
Mothra.
And I know who these guys are because I have seen some of those ones.
King Ghidorah.
Yep.
And Gojira.
Yeah.
And I like how they paired them on the posters with like different like army things. Like Rodan's with like some helicopter plane things.
Yeah.
Mothra is with helicopters.
Yeah.
Ghidorah's with jet planes.
Yeah.
Godzilla's with Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, that's a whole section of the military.
Yeah, just an actress. Not even the character she's playing, but the actress.
Is a section of the military.
Yeah. Since we're talking about Godzilla, let's talk about the trailer that they dropped.
So I remember, I'm like, oh, have you seen the Godzilla trailer? And because I saw the thumbnail for it on YouTube, and it was Millie Bobby Brown and the woman from Conjuring, and I'm like, what? So I clicked it, and then I realized it was the trailer.
Yeah.
But I couldn't watch it at the time. So
yeah.
It was like out and about. So I just watched it now,
mm-hmm.
and I was pretty excited to see this movie.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with it. the whole. I like how they're making the monsters metaphorical again. Like they're a bit more global warming.
Yeah.
This time around.
Yeah.
Like in the original 1960 Godzilla was the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
In Shin Godzilla, which was the Japanese Godzilla that came out after the the legendary reboot, the newest American one.
Yeah.
That was he was the tidal wave, the earthquake and tidal wave that hit in 2012.
Tsunami.
Yeah, the tsunami. There we go. That's the word. Not. Yeah, tsunami.
The tsunami is from an earthquake, makes the tidal wave.
Yeah, there we go.
But it's like an even bigger than a tidal wave.
Yeah.
Tidal wave.
Yeah, but tsunami, he's a metaphor for the tsunami in that movie.
Yeah.
In this, the monsters seem to be a little bit of global warming, but also a little bit of a counteraction to global warming. So it's like a little confusing in the plot, but
I'm sure it'll be explained when the whole movie.
yeah, in the whole movie, yeah.
Not in this like 1 minute 30 seconds of random footage.
Yeah, yeah.
Also known as a trailer.
Another trailer that dropped is for Shaun the Sheep 2 movie.
I'm not excited. I don't care.
Did you watch that show as a kid?
No.
No. Did you watch Gromit? What something in Gromit?
Wallace
and Gromit.
I remember when I lived in England, it being around.
Yeah.
On their TV, like more that claymation style.
Yeah.
And just not really like.
Because that's where it's the same studio. It's from. That's where they're from. Is England.
I know.
The first Shaun the Sheep movie I thought was fun, but Shaun the Sheep as a character is made for shorts. Like they were shorts.
Yeah.
Like the show, and then the movie, and they were all silent. Like there was no dialogue in any of the shorts. And then the movie.
There is if there's a person in the short. The people talk.
Not in Shaun the Sheep.
No, but I mean in claymation, larger ones.
Yes,
yeah.
But not in Shaun the Sheep.
Oh, and specifically that.
Specifically, Shaun the Sheep. There's no dialogue in those shorts. And when the Shaun the Sheep, the first movie came out, there was no dialogue in the whole hour something movie.
Yeah.
So it gets a little tiresome from having to figure out plot through just actions and random mumbling.
Yeah.
It was still a fine story. It was just kind of like it was a kids movie. It felt like a kids movie.
It's a kids movie.
The sequel, space apparently. Sean gets abducted by an alien. Okay.
I just found the claymation style creepy.
You don't like claymation or stop motion?
That one.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think I was traumatized as a child.
Oh.
Like, I think Chicken Run is the same studio, right? And that movie really freaked me out.
It freaked me out as a kid.
And then I saw some of the shorts, and it like they also freaked me out.
Yeah.
So then
just from association.
No, like I thought they were kind of creepy.
Because that was the first movie by the studio. Was the
and that was talking.
Chicken Run.
And they
yeah.
talked.
Yeah.
That was
Wallace
creepy.
and Gromit. They talk.
That's yeah. But I think I was watching Wallace and Gromit, and like I don't know why, but they kind of freaked me out a few times.
Yeah.
And I just had a bad association with them. I don't know why, but but I don't know. I'm like no.
Yeah.
This is creepy.
Yeah.
I like stop motion. I like claymation, but I don't like that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's not got the good memories for me.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I don't know why.
Did you watch Flushed Away as a kid?
No.
It's also the same studio, but it's...
Can I tell you something? I wasn't a kid when Flushed Away came out.
Oh, right, because you're old.
Yeah, I wasn't a kid anymore. I was like 14, 15.
That movie, there was going to be stop motion, but then their studio burnt down, so they had to make it CGI.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
In general, I like claymation. I think it's cool. But just stop motion. Claymation is a type of stop motion.
Yeah. I think that one is actual stop motion, not claymation, like figures. But...
Well, like Wallace and Gromit is claymation.
Is it? That's what I was... I thought it was stop motion with figures. It just looks slightly claymation, just because a lot of the stop motion of that style, just like you think
they're
it's
made of
claymation, but
clay.
it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe all of it is claymation. Okay, I don't know stuff. Brightburn. We watched that trailer.
Just cutting me off mid talk.
Oh, you want to still talk about that? What were you gonna say?
I don't know now.
I thought we were done.
I wasn't done.
Okay.
You do this a lot. I'm in the middle of something and you change
I thought we
the
were
channel.
done.
Or turn it off.
Because I thought
or
we
put
were
something
done.
else on. You do it all the time. Listening to a song and I'm grooving to it, and all of a sudden you just put on another song. I'm like, what you doing, man? Sorry. Tangent. Alright, we can talk about the next one.
Brightburn.
The Spider-Man movie. I mean,
Spider-Man.
Superman.
Superman. It's...
I'm like, they're not rebooting Superman already, are they? Like, I kind of didn't like those movies, but I'm tired. I don't want this.
Yeah, it's...
But then it was a horror movie, and I was like, oh, I'm confused.
Yeah, it's
But
definitely...
interested.
The trailer is meant to associate you to the feels of the Man of Steel trailer. Like,
Yeah, it's the Superman origin story.
yeah, it's the Superman origin story flipped on its head a bit. James Gunn is producing.
Okay.
You do know who that is, right?
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy director.
Oh, I did see that during the
Yeah,
producer of Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah.
So then I was like, wait, why is Superman in the I was thinking it's an MCU movie then, because I was just
No.
all confused.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like, why
James
is
Gunn is
Superman
gone from...
gonna be in the MCU? Because that would be a twist that I would have liked,
Yeah, no, James...
like a multiverse crossover.
You do know James Gunn is fired from the MCU right now, though, right?
I know nothing about directors.
Well, he was fired for some crappy reason.
Why?
Because he posted something years ago, and then somebody, out of spite, resurfaced it, and he apologized for it years ago. That was a little, like, wrong. It was, like, a wrong thing to say, but it was also, like, 2007 when he posted it.
Oh my god! And someone brought it up, and then it became
And someone
like
brought
a
it
thing.
up, and then Disney fired him for it.
What was it?
Even though he apologized. It was just like a tweet.
Yeah, but like, what did it say?
I can't think of it right now. It was like... It was kind of not funny, but it was like... You know, it was like meant to be funny, but it wasn't funny.
Yeah, but
And
like, was it racist?
It was more like sexist a bit.
Oh.
And rapey.
Oh.
But
It
he
was a
apologized for it at the frickin' time.
And it was a tweet
Yeah, and it was a tweet.
from 10 years ago.
From 10 years ago.
12 years ago.
No. Yeah.
Ish.
Ish.
11 years ago.
10-ish, yeah. And he was fired for it.
That's bullshit.
But he's doing Suicide Squad 2, so he is in the DC universe now.
Suicide Squad 2 is happening?
Oh, you don't know what? There's like a bunch that they've said is happening that may or may not be happening. There's like so many DC movies that are happening.
You know what? I'm
Apparently.
going to be quite honest with you. I don't want to see any more DC movies.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I hear Aquaman's gonna be pretty good.
Full stop.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm kind of like, maybe I should watch all the other ones, get caught up, because it sounds like they're actually going to start being good.
I didn't like the Aquaman trailer.
No?
I don't know what I said at the time, but I'm just thinking back on it, and I'm like...
I think it looks good. Visually, it's amazing. Also, Shazam looks pretty fun. So,
What does?
Shazam?
What's Shazam?
Basically a kid that becomes a superhero. But, like,
Oh, that.
adult.
Okay, yeah.
He's, originally he was Captain Marvel, and then Marvel sued him. So then he became Shazam, like the character in the comics, like he was known as Captain Marvel. And then Marvel, as a studio, sued them. So they can't call him Captain Marvel anymore. He has to be called Shazam.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just not excited. I'm just like, all right.
But Brightburn, we were talking about that. Yeah, horror movie or origin story of Superman. If Superman turned out to be some psychopathic kid alien.
Which would probably be what would happen.
Yeah.
Shit. That just happened.
You just dropped what?
A charm.
Okay. That you were fiddling with.
Yes. A male symbol charm.
Yeah, I thought it looked good. I'm interested in it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that more than anything in the DCU.
So the trailers we saw in the movie.
Oh God.
I remember at least 3 of them.
Okay, though there was only 3, there was very few.
Okay.
There was Bumblebee.
They showed so many commercials in that freaking movie.
Yeah.
Like, I zoned out halfway through the commercials and then zoned back in and was like, it's still freaking commercials?
Yeah. There was a lot of commercials. We saw Bumblebee, which we've talked about the trailers for that before. I think it was a different trailer.
I think it was the same one.
It may have
It's
been.
one I've seen before.
Yeah, like it didn't bring anything new to it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of like, okay, this is still coming out.
Yeah.
I've already seen this trailer.
Looks, again, I
Okay.
think it looks good.
Yeah. I don't like Transformers, but I might see this.
I've actually heard that it's actually done some rebooty things. Like, it wasn't originally meant to be a reboot, but it sounds like they've retconned some stuff, so it's a new sort of thing, which will be good. Like, it'd be good to start fresh and start new, as opposed to trying to turn something that's already crap into good.
Which is impossible.
Yeah.
In that case.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more thoughts on that?
No.
Bumblebee? No.
It's a movie. I'll see it. It just reminds me of Herbie.
Yeah.
Because he's also a beetle.
Yeah.
And it's like the same story where she finds him in the junkyard.
Yeah.
Like Herbie, fully loaded Herbie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god.
Is
Are they-
Fully Loaded the one with what's her name from Freaky Friday?
Yes.
What's her name? I feel like I should know it.
Halloween.
No,
She's also in Freaky Friday.
not
Lindsay
Jamie Lee
Lohan.
Curtis. Lindsay Lohan. There we go. Lohan, not Lohan. Lohan. I don't know what I'm saying. Life of Pets 2.
Meh.
Did you care
The
about the
children's
first
movie.
one?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, looks. I don't like what's his name, Chris something.
I don't know.
The small guy,
Words.
small comedian, who's supposedly hosting the Oscars this year.
No idea.
He was in the Jumanji reboot. Sure. Okay. I feel like this podcast is pretty
Kevin
quiet.
Hart?
Kevin Hart. There
He's
we go.
not hosting the Oscars.
What?
He declined.
What?
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me this news.
I thought you knew.
Kevin Hart no, I thought he was hosting because that's
Okay,
what I
okay.
heard.
Okay, I don't know. Look it up because I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll do that later. Okay, talk about Life of Pets for a second.
I don't want to see it. I didn't want to see the first one. I don't want to see the second one.
I don't like Kevin Hart.
You don't like Kevin Hart? Although I did like Jumanji.
I haven't seen it.
It
The
was
new
good.
one. I've heard it's been pretty good. I heard it was,
It was a
but
lot
I
of
never. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
So what happened?
Kevin did leave.
Yeah, he declined.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to host.
Yeah, do we know who's going to host?
I don't know if they've announced a second host. He was announced, and then I guess he declined after he was announced then, because he was announced. I didn't remember that.
Yeah. That's what I heard it on the radio.
After furor over homophobic tweets? What?
I think someone did the same thing to him as happened to Guardians of the Galaxy guy. He had a homophobic
Oh,
tweet
fuck this.
from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's 10 years ago. People change in 10 fucking years.
So I
And-
think with all the backlash, he declined.
Yeah, and the 2000s is like an Asian comedy where everybody was like a little rude, like very rude.
Does everyone remember the movie I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry?
I remember that existing.
I remember liking that movie because it was the first time I had seen gay people anywhere.
They weren't even gay. They were just like best friends that
I
had to
know.
marry each other, right?
I'm like, Mom, this movie's about gay people. She's like, okay. I'm like, isn't that interesting? She's like, no. Like, not like, why, like, do you care?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Perhaps I'm gay.
I think that's what she was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was the first time I'd seen gay people outside of Oprah.
yeah.
Honestly.
No, Life of Pets 2. It's a movie.
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah, we've just gone on tangents. This is tangent episode. The Dog's Way Home. That was another
Oh,
trailer.
God. Okay, so there was another one of these movies. I'm pretty sure it was by the same author. And
Oh.
it also looked even worse.
It
It's
doesn't
like
look...
the dog reincarnates every time it dies and then finds its owner.
Oh,
This was just
no.
the dog that runs away, finds its owner. But
There's a million of those movies already existing. Homeward Bound. Freaking, we don't need a Homeward Bound remake.
honestly, if someone said, let's watch this movie, I'd rather jump out the moving car.
Yeah, it's like...
Like, it's not like, oh...
And the
I'll-
trailer guy
I'll watch
basically
it,
gave
or-
away the story, too. Like, it...
Yeah.
We
that's
saw
all I
the
need to
dog
know.
come back to the owner, so it's like, we saw the movie. We saw the trailer, we don't need to see the movie.
It's one of those movies that I'll actively avoid.
Yeah, and it's
Whereas,
like...
I say I don't want to see the DC movies, but I will.
And it's one of those movies that is
But
like...
this is like, no.
Not a talking dog, but we hear the dog's voiceover. And it's like, like we hear the dog's
Okay.
thoughts, or the
Okay,
dog's the
And
narrator.
there's also, like, it's all real dogs.
Yeah.
But then there's the CGI
Oh
panther.
my god, that was the
Or
best.
cougar. I
Like
think
the
it's
CGI moment. I remember turning to you and being like, that CGI is horrible.
and it looks so out of place because every other animal is real.
Yeah.
Like, practical.
Yeah, of
But
course.
they wanted it, I guess, to be friends with this mountain cat. I think it's a cougar. But who knows? And I'm just like,
I thought they were fighting the cougar.
I don't know. They needed a cougar, and they, instead of like training one, they decided to just CGI one, and it looks.
Oh my god.
Awful.
It's the worst CGI of 20 whatever year this is coming out. I don't know if it's supposed to come out this year or next year.
I'm just like, when a lot of kids movie trailers play before a movie I'm about to see, I'm like, oh shit, I'm too old for this.
Yeah. Yeah. And it looked like a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, and I'm like, get off my screen, throwing popcorn at it.
I know. It sucks.
I'd actively, like, not see this movie. Like, oh, we're just gonna throw this on, and be like, nope.
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm out of this party if they're just a Christmas party or
Or
something.
if my siblings are like, oh, let's watch this movie. I'll watch anything, alright?
Yeah, but
I've seen
not
every
that.
episode of Little Einsteins, okay?
Oh no.
But this, no.
Floating through the
No,
sky,
no.
little Einsteins.
As I grasp my head and rock
Your
compulsively.
PTSD.
There's nothing worse.
Going on a trip in our great big magic ship.
That's not even the right
through-
word.
I haven't seen that fucking show. That fucking show.
It's, we're going on a trip in our,
Great big magic ship.
we're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
They're floating through the skies, little
I feel like we're gonna get a
Einsteins.
copyrighted strike for this.
How?
Just our singing's gonna trigger it.
Yeah.
No, like honestly, I'll watch anything, but I won't watch that.
So after fumbling through this whole opening of us being a little too tired to talk,
We're too tired to talk. I'm wide awake. What time is it?
let's talk the movie we actually watched.
I'll let you kick this one off.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Now, fun fact. Okay, I said I was gonna let you talk, but I thought of a fun fact. We talked about this in our first podcast.
Oh, we did, didn't
Because
we?
we saw Venom for our first podcast.
Oh, right.
And this was the commercial.
after credit scene
Yeah,
of
the
Venom.
the after
The
credit-
meanwhile in another universe where they just showed a scene from this movie.
Which
like,
wasn't in the movie.
No, we did see that scene.
I know, but it was like different. I think.
No.
Oh,
It was
well,
the same.
fine. I just thought it looked different. Maybe it's because I saw it in the context of the larger movie.
Yeah, it made more sense.
And in 3D, because we saw it in 3D.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was the best animated movie I've seen in a long time. The animation was beautiful. Just stunning. It felt like a freaking living comic book in how the animation moved, how the speech bubbles were there, and it was just, oh my god, I was inside a freaking comic book. It helped that we watched it on 3D AVX, too. You look like you're holding your tongue.
Yes.
Do you have...
I have a complete opposite opinion.
Oh?
I hated how it looked.
What?
It looked really choppy.
But that was the point.
And it looked really weird. And I don't like 3D.
Oh.
And I'm like feeling confused a lot from the movements.
Yeah.
And I just thought it looked really choppy. Like they were stop motion, but they were animated.
Yeah, but that was the... I really liked it. Like, that's why I liked it, too. It was a little bit of that...
Oh, and also, if I turned my head, I kept seeing the red and blue lines from doing the 3D effect.
Yeah. I loved... No, the red and blue lines were, like, actually in the
No,
movie,
I know,
though.
but I mean, I could see the...
Like, because that was part of the whole comic book look.
And I was moving my head around a lot because I was bored. And like looking at all the 3D lines. I don't like 3D because I got a processing delay, so sometimes if it's too much movement, I can't understand what's going on. I thought this movie would be fine, and we sat in the back, so I was like, no problem. And I was like, problem.
Oh.
Because I'm like, looking at this movie being like, I've never seen a 3D animated movie before.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so it was a weird
Didn't we
experience.
see Incredibles in it 3D?
It's different. It's Pixar.
That's 3D
No, we
animated.
didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't see it in 3D.
Oh.
And I loved Incredibles. See a theme here? I feel, though, if I saw it again, I would really like the animation style.
Yeah.
I just feel like...
It was too much right up front.
Yeah.
Basically.
And all I could think about during the whole movie was like, I've never seen a 3D cartoon before. And I'm just like moving my head around. And it was taking me out of the story.
Yeah. The story I thought was, oh my god, so good. The villain was so good. I just really want you to... I don't want to spoil anything at all, plot-wise, because the movie was so good. Can tell from the title, it's dealing with alternate versions of Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's in the trailers.
Yeah.
So that's like not a spoiler.
Yeah. But some of the Spider-Mans are a bit of a spoiler and a bit of a, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Like what?
I wasn't expecting... I'll tell you more in the spoiler section for those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler section now?
What did you think of the story, though?
Okay, here's the thing. I feel like I really would like this movie, but I feel like I was taken out of it by the 3D effect.
Ah.
So I thought the story was good, and yeah, I thought it looked good. I liked the colors, and I liked the glitching effects, and I liked all this. I just yeah, but everything else, like, it was really good. Like, it was a good movie. I just feel like I didn't have the best experience.
Okay.
Watching the movie, because I got confused. It was such a big screen and so much movement.
Okay. Spoiler talk. So, we begin the movie, voiceover from Spider-Man, Earth 42, which is the Ultimate Universe Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So that's what I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting Ultimate Peter Parker. I was not expecting that version of Peter Parker, the Ultimate Spider-Man Peter Parker. I thought it would open with him already dead.
Oh. But it opened with him before he died.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I was like, you know how we have the two Peter Parkers? Mm-hmm. That are like the normal one, not like...
Yeah.
The pig or whatever. One blonde, one brunette. And I don't know anything about the comic books. I just know the movies.
Yeah.
And the little bit I know from watching Linkara. But the first Spider-Man felt like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Because he was doing the funny dance at the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that was more a nod to the video games, I think, because I think you can do that in some of the video games.
Well, it was a reshot of that movie. So I was like, and then the second one felt like the other Spider-Man.
Interesting.
But that's just my feelings during it. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it was like the other Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Did you know who voiced? Did that voice sound familiar? No, it was Chris Pine.
Who's that?
Captain Kirk in the Star Trek reboots. He was what's his face in Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
I was not pulling up the right visual.
Okay.
I was like, Picard.
No, no. Chris Pine, not Patrick Stewart. Can you imagine him as Spider-Man? Like, fuck.
No, I don't know why, but when you said that, it jumped in my. You said Star Trek.
And you thought, no, Captain Kirk, Star Trek reboot.
I know,
Chris Pine.
but I've seen those movies.
Yeah. But no.
Sorry.
So we open up with him, and then we get to Miles Morales. We see a bit of his life. Did you know about?
He's in the same universe, so that's what I found interesting.
What did you know about Miles Morales Spider-Man before the movie?
That he was another Spider-Man and wore a hoodie.
Okay. So you knew nothing of the character.
No.
I was not super familiar with his origin story. I knew that he was the uncle to the Prowler. Which, fun fact, the Prowler, or that character actually appeared in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
He's Donald Glover.
Okay.
You do know who that was?
No.
The Lando is Donald Glover. He was not Donald Glover played the Prowler, like pre-Prowler, like he wasn't the Prowler yet in Spider-Man Homecoming.
I'm not putting a face to this.
Donald Glover. He also plays Lando. He's Childish Gambino. He was in Community.
Oh. I think I know who you're talking.
Do you remember him in Spider-Man Homecoming?
No.
Well, he says, I have a nephew, Miles, in Spider-Man Homecoming. So we do know Miles Morales has the possibility of showing up in the MCU.
Oh, you said his nephew, not his uncle.
Oh. Well, Miles' uncle is the
Miles
Prowler.
is the nephew. I'm like, he has a nephew? He's like 12.
No. Miles' uncle is the Prowler.
Yeah, okay. Now that makes a lot of sense.
That was Donald Glover.
Okay.
In Homecoming. In here, he was someone else. But, so I didn't know that the Prowler was so invested in his origin story. I knew that was a relationship that existed.
Yeah.
And I saw kind of parallels to Uncle Ben, too, and how he died. Like, I was like, uncle. Oh. Yeah. Uncle Owen in this one, I think it was.
Yeah.
Which made me think Star Wars. Uncle Owen! Uncle Owen! But I was going to go to Toshi Station and pick up some power converters.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah. So we saw Miles. We saw him get bit by a radioactive spider.
I thought the spider looked cool.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. And then he runs into Peter Parker Spider-Man as he's fighting off the Green Goblin and trying to stop Wilson Fisk from creating a portal into another dimension. Let's talk about Wilson Fisk for a bit.
Because he's from Daredevil.
Yeah.
He's Kingpin from Daredevil.
Yeah. And I thought
he was a Spider-Man version, and he's just a brick in this one,
God.
like a
his
big square.
His motivation, though. Like, he was trying to get his son and wife and Vanessa. I like how I feel like because I've seen Daredevil, that Kingpin's motivation in this, I understood a bit more. Because before Daredevil, I didn't know Vanessa was a character that existed.
Yeah.
But now that I know of that relationship and know that she's a prime motivator of this character, and the fact that in this universe she's dead.
Yeah.
And left him, but
He's the brick in this one. He just looks like a big square.
Yeah, that's
I
what
like
he
that.
looks like in the comics too,
I
of
like
the
it.
Ultimate version. Yeah.
I like it. I think it's cute.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was a nice design.
The box.
Yeah, but he's trying to get his wife and son back through interdimensional shifting
Shenanigans.
basically, and Spider-Man's trying to stop him.
And they have to get the MacGuffin.
The Green Goblin's there, Scorpion's there, the Prowler's there. Miles finds Peter Parker doing all that. Peter Parker dies after finding Miles and being like, "You're like me," and I thought that was cool how all their spider sense could see when they found another Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But before that, we get introduced to Gwen Stacy a bit in Miles, she's there with Miles, in his schools.
Yeah.
So, and I thought that was interesting, seeing her, undercover in his life already.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool. Yeah. So, and then we see we see the 40-year-old Spider-Man. I like how they introduced all the new Spider-Man with the, okay, let me do this again, or...
Yeah, and I like when there was just I'm the rest, and they just did all four at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we were introduced to 40-year-old Spider-Man, who is the Earth 616 Spider-Man, basically. He's 40 years old now. He's past his prime, but he's still good. He's still, pretty good at being Spider-Man. He's not,
Yeah, and he's divorced from Mary Jane.
Yeah. And May's dead. Yeah. Just made it a nice little reunion when he met Ultimate Universe Aunt May. Yeah. And then and then Gwen Stacy finally reveals herself as Spidey Gwen, or Spider-Woman, in this version, because that's technically what they would call her. They wouldn't call her Spidey Gwen, or Spider Gwen, or else everyone would just search up, oh, I'm just gonna search up Gwen Stacy and find out who Spider-Woman is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know this one person named Gwen. Is it possible they're Spider-Gwen? No. Yeah. So I liked her origin.
Yeah.
You want to talk a bit about that one? Because I feel like I'm rambling a lot here.
I can't remember.
Her universe of Peter Parker is dead.
Yes.
Because
that was her friend.
Yeah. Which is interesting because in the other universes, Gwen Stacy is dead.
Yes.
Did they say that in the movie? I don't remember.
I don't remember, but yeah, I don't remember if they said that ever.
Oh, okay.
But we know that Gwen Stacy dies in some of them because we saw her die in Drew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Too, yeah.
Oh, spoilers.
The best part of that horrible movie.
It
was the best scene. You
Yeah.
liked the movie? It was bad, though.
It was Spider-Man.
Oh my god, it was so bad. That was why that's why they made the deal with Marvel, so they could make good movies.
I just think I really like the Stan Lee cameos in those ones.
What was his cameo in the second one? Wasn't he
Well,
just
in the first one, I like that one.
Yeah. In the first one, yeah. The first Amazing Spider-Man was good. The second one was so bad. What's his name? Electric guy.
Electric guy works.
He was horrible in this. I didn't like Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx playing a nerd was so bad.
Yeah.
And then when he became Electro guy, it was completely different person.
Yeah.
And they had way too many villains again.
Yeah.
like they did in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, they need to really like streamline that
Yeah.
sort of thing to like make it make more sense.
This one did have a bunch of villains, but they also were, they made sense because they were all working for Fisk.
Yeah.
And
it was all like Fisk was the main villain.
Yeah. These guys were just hired help, basically. Yeah. So, what do you think of the relationship of 40-year-old Spider-Man mentoring Miles Morales?
I thought that worked well in this movie.
Yeah.
And it was good to like have an older Spider-Man because we'd seen young Spider-Man always, right?
Yeah.
So that was interesting, and like that he was like willing to stay behind to save everyone because Miles wasn't ready and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then that's what gave Miles his like realization that like he can be Spider-Man was like through things that he had said happening.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
I'm just remembering now when Miles got bit by the spider, that whole like trippy sequence.
Yeah.
When he tried to do the shoulder touch, it was like, why does this feel like it's in slow motion?
And then he touched her hair, and then she had to cut it.
It's like, hey. It was so funny.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny. Like when he starts like thinking in comic books, like, why are my thoughts so loud?
How do you think of that budding relationship between him and Spidey Gwen?
I think that was good.
I think they make such a cute couple.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited for the sequel, mostly because of that.
Yeah, apparently they're gonna go in hard on that with the sequel. So.
Yeah, but how old are they?
They're like the same age.
Yeah, but how old is he supposed to be? Because I thought he was going off to college.
Oh no, he was going off to high school, like a special high school.
No, he was going off to middle school.
Oh.
He said, "Why can't I just go to this middle?"
Oh.
Like name of a school, middle.
Ah.
So he must be in like grade 9.
Yeah, or 8.
Or 8 or 7.
I don't know how America works.
No, I don't know either.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be the same age.
Okay, because I'm like, I thought she was older.
But then she wouldn't have. Weird? She wouldn't have been able to pass as a student then if she was older, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that was fun. Relationship was good.
I really liked her costume.
Let's talk about the 3 other Spider-Men that appeared in that sequence.
The black and white Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Noir.
Which I thought he was very fun.
Do you know anything about him?
No, but I think he was very fun.
I forgot to ask, do you know anything about Spidey Gwen before?
No.
Did you know she existed?
I feel like I knew she existed.
Okay, because she is a very popular alternate version.
Yeah. I feel like I knew that she existed.
Yeah.
But that's like all I knew.
Okay.
I feel like she may have existed.
So, Spider-Man Noir.
Peter Porker, no idea.
Let's stick with Spider-Man Noir right now.
Oh, I'm talking.
We'll get to Peter Porker.
I'm talking and you're turning me off again.
I'm trying to keep you on track here. So you knew nothing do you know anything about Spider-Man Noir before this?
No.
Did you know who he was voiced by?
No.
Nick Cage.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Because I'm like, someone was Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Like, I heard Nick Cage. You know what I mean?
Like you heard the voice?
Yeah. Like, I gotta ask you after, but then I couldn't remember who I thought was Nick Cage.
Yeah, no, he was Nick Cage. So, that was pretty fun. Like, it made sense to have him voice Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
They didn't really go over his origin story quite so in depth, I think mostly because kids movie.
Yeah.
Because in that version, Uncle Ben was cannibalized by the Vulture. So the Spider-Man Noir was like basically Marvel Noir is a universe where what if everything existed in like 1930s noir age of storytelling. So everything's a little bit darker.
Yeah.
So like Uncle Ben getting eaten by the fucking Vulture.
That's so
Yeah. But I liked how he saw in black and white.
Yeah, and then he
too.
was like really like this Rubik's cube like was blowing his mind.
Yeah, because it's like they're all the same because it's all black and white.
Shades of gray.
I'm gonna bring this cube back with me. I like the, but no, I like what they did with the character. He is another very popular Elseworld character.
He was very fun. I like
yeah.
old-timey people. I think they're funny.
I think they're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. They bring him a lot in the. He's very common in the crossovers. Like, there was a Web of Shadows video game.
Yeah.
That was like him, another Spider-Man that appeared in this. That was a little bit that we'll talk about when we talk about him. Usually the Ultimate Universe and usually the Usual Universe. Those are like the big 4 alternate versions of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty good. Penny Parker anime.
Weird. Didn't fit as well as the other ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Is she a real person? Like a real comic book character?
I think she's one that's only been created for the crossovers.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, she's not, like, got her own stuff, does she?
She might have, like, 1 issue or something. But fun fact, she was actually created by someone from, I think Panic at the Disco?
What?
It's either Panic at the Disco or My Chemical Romance. I think it was My Chemical Romance.
Weird.
Yeah. One of those bands, like, lead singer of it created her.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of her?
I just feel like in this, she fit, like, not very well.
Really?
I don't know, it worked, but I was just like...
That was one of the things I liked about it was the different animation styles.
That is true. Like, it was nice because then it brought in an anime style.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you are the weirdest one here. And there's a talking pig.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's, like, connected to a robot because she was bitten by a spider that's inside the robot.
Yeah.
The robot died, didn't it?
I know.
So sad.
But the spider was alright.
Yeah.
And you just blessed yourself. We're just going to throw that out there.
So sad.
You only did half of it.
The top down.
It was just the head and the chest.
I remember in
No Holy Spirit for you.
In acting class, I had to do that for a scene, and the teacher's like, "You don't know how to do the Holy Cross, do you?" I was like, "Not really."
Did he have to train you?
He was like, "Just think, hat, zipper, wallet, watch, because you keep your wallet and your watch in your pockets." Hat, crotch, wallet, watch.
Why? What do you say crotch? It's head, heart, shoulder, shoulder.
Head, crotch, wallet, watch. Hat, crotch, wallet, watch. Like, that's what you're checking. Do you have your hat? Is your zipper up? Do you have your wallet? Do you have your watch?
But your crotch is too low.
I know, but that's what he said. Yeah. Anyway, anime Spider-Woman. She was fine.
She was fine. Penny was fine.
Yeah.
I was just like, you're weird. Weird is not a bad thing.
No.
It's just weird.
Yeah. Let's talk Peter Porker.
I didn't know that existed till the trailer. And was quite confused. And also quite like...
So he's in an alternate universe where everyone's an animal.
He looked like a Looney Tunes.
Yeah, it's basically what it was inspired by a bit.
Yeah. So I thought he was just a Looney Tunes character, like, come into this. And I was like, what? But
no.
He's not.
He's a comic book character, but, like, from an alternate universe where everyone's, like, a...
Talking pig.
I'm pretty sure not a talking pig, but an animal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Hulk's like a bunny.
Nice.
Yeah.
I could see that. That could work.
But did you notice because they did all the, all right, let's do this one more time thing all together for them.
Yeah.
Did you notice that when everyone else said radioactive spider, he said pig?
No.
So he was a spider that got bit by a radioactive pig.
Oh, I missed that because there was like 4 stories going on at once.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And he moved in with the aunt he moved in with Aunt May, who was like old and out of it and didn't realize she didn't have a nephew.
Nice.
I know. He was wacky. He was fun. I liked him. I liked his inclusion. 'Cause he could actually beat shit up too. He wasn't just there for laughs.
No, yeah, he was definitely part of the story and everything.
Yeah.
It was fun. And it just reminded me of the Spider Pig song from the Simpsons movie.
Yeah.
Spider Pig.
And because everyone was in the wrong universe, except for Miles, they were all like glitching out. They all had like this disease. They had to get back to their own universes.
Yeah. Which has added a lot of like tension to the plot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, we're here now, we can just chill. It was like, no, we have to get back really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. You don't know that we left. The freaking laptop decided to stop recording like an asshole. We talked about so much.
So I've mentioned that Doc Ock was in this movie.
Yeah, we forgot to talk about that when we were talking about the villains.
Yeah.
Because we did talk about the villains, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Doc Ock was in this movie. They talked about parallel universes in the classroom, which I thought was cool.
I thought it was interesting because we saw him like starting his new school, and so it really just felt like you could have cut out all the other stuff, and he would have still had a full story. So that made it work.
Yeah.
The multi-universe thing.
Yeah, and it didn't feel all packed in though. The fact that they're the 2 stories.
No, it didn't. It flowed really well.
It flowed well, yeah. Yeah, I think it was like the best Spider-Man movie of like ever. Best Spider-Man movie.
Oh, that's bold.
That is.
I liked it a lot. I feel like I want to see it again.
Yeah.
And then I will know more about what I want to say. About if it's my favorite or not.
What do you think of Miles Morales' spider design?
Really liked his spider design. It was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
And second being Gwen's.
I do kind of like how it took a bit for them to get the Spider-Man design.
Yeah. I like that he was... Okay, when he was wearing the costume that, like, he bought from the store...
Yeah.
And the way, like, the animation style and then how he cut the eyes out, he just looked like a panda. Like, the whole time. I'm like, why does he look so scared? Because he's like this. Because it looks like the whole eye's white. Because it's cartoon, and his eyes are really white. So his eyes would be really open, but it would look like he was a panda. Because he had, like, the big white eyes. I'm like, oh my god, he better not wear this the whole time. And he didn't, so I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. And
I really liked his costume. I liked that it had, like, the spray paint logo and stuff.
Yeah. I forgot to talk when we were talking to those other Spider-Men. What do you think of Gwen Stacy's costume?
It's definitely my second favorite.
Oh, you like the Miles one more?
I think so.
Yeah. I like them both pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of Robot Spider?
I just thought this one it looked the least in place.
Yeah, because it was different art design.
But just like like she didn't wear a costume. Yeah. Like she was just a little kid.
Yeah. With
but it was fine.
With a mech.
But it was fine. Like it was fine. It worked.
I'm now realizing her as a character kind of reminds me of the Japanese Spider-Man TV show that used to exist.
I haven't heard of that.
Okay. So there was a Japanese Spider-Man. It was kind of a bit of a precursor to the Power Rangers.
Okay. Random.
Or not to the Power Rangers, to Super Sentai.
Right.
Which was what the Japanese footage was turned into Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So basically, Spider-Man's a biker. His brother was killed, and he finds a ancient robot mech.
Okay.
And becomes Spider-Man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's definitely inspiring something along these lines.
Yeah. But no. What do you think of Spider-Ham's design?
I thought he was a Looney Tunes character.
Yeah. It's basically the
So
design.
I was confused because I never heard of him before, but I thought it worked. Now the thing is, his eyes would be like, like moving, but like his nose holes too.
Yeah. I love that. I love that part of him.
I was like, that's so random.
And it makes sense with his origin, too, because he's supposed to be a spider that got bitten by a pig. So
That's
spiders
really
have
funny.
more than 2 eyes.
Yeah.
So if his nostrils are other eyes, that makes sense.
Oh, that's creepy, but cool at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
And it makes sense.
I know.
Okay. So Fisk gets the thing working. He finds another version of Vanessa while they're like on a train for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't
random.
remember how they got on the train.
Yeah, they were just on a train.
I think that was the train going through the dimensions, I think.
Oh, okay.
I know, I need to see the movie again.
Yeah, it's one of those movies like Fantastic Beasts I feel I have to see again.
Yeah. But so, we see Vanessa and the kid, and he's trying to go to them, but they are running away, and they're like, no, no, no!
Like,
Vanessa, no!
Yeah, they don't want to come.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
They don't want to be saved.
Ooh, yeah. Because, like, they died running away from him.
Yeah.
Because I think he beat her or something.
Oh.
Right?
I could
Was
see
that...
I'm not sure, but something like that.
I don't know. There's something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So... That was pretty interesting. Give it a second. I need to think of my thought. Yeah, and then he blames Miles for it.
Yeah.
Because Miles was there.
Yeah.
So then they fight a bit, and then rescue the dad.
Yeah. And the day is saved, and everyone is home.
Yeah. Peter Parker goes back to Mary J with flowers. Like his Mary J.
Yeah.
Miles' dad doesn't know he's Spider-Man.
Yep.
Chris Pine's still dead.
Yep.
Yeah. After credit scene. What do you think of that? Do you remember it?
No.
It was Earth 2099 Spider-Man. Talking to his version of the altered dimension scientist person. If I remember correctly.
I'm blanking hard.
He's
man.
talking to somebody, at least.
But I feel like I remember it vaguely as you describe
Yeah.
it.
It was Earth 2099 Spider-Man. He talked about, they're like, if you succeed or whatever, you'll be the first one to go through time and space. Time and dimensions or something like that.
Oh.
They mentioned something like that, I think.
So it's setting up the sequel, essentially.
Yeah, setting up the sequel, and they did the whole, alright, let's get this straight thing.
Yeah.
Let's do this one more time thing.
Yeah.
I'm Spider-Man. I'm blah, 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 blah. But I'm future Spider-Man.
That was interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah. I was spoiled that the after credit scene will introduce another Spider-Man, but I didn't know who it was gonna be, and then when I was like, oh, it's this guy. Like, in my head, I was thinking, is it Andrew Garfield? But it wasn't.
No.
No, it was Earth 2099 Spider-Man.
Nice.
Which I thought was fun.
So yeah, and all in all, this movie was worth watching, and I would recommend people going to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the art style. Oh my god, it was tearjerker after tearjerker, because, like, first Spider-Man died.
Yeah.
And then he went to get the Spider-Man suit costume, and he ran into Stan Lee.
I know.
Stan Lee cameos. I was like, oh no, why are you doing this to me now? You just made me sad about Spider-Man, and now you're making me sad about Stan Lee? And then I think that's when around that time they introduced Fisk's motivation too. So
Yeah,
it's like,
which
now
that
you're
was
making
sad.
me sad about his wife? Oh my god. Kids movies, man. They are the best for tearjerkers.
Well, that's all I had, I think.
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything.
Same here.
So, till next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Check out our website, www.causewecancommentaries.com, for some commentaries, our other podcast. Like, share, comment, subscribe on our YouTube channel, Cause We Can Commentaries. And we have a Facebook, a Twitter, and an Instagram at Cause We Can 3. We totally did not forget to put this in the episode and are totally not recording this later. Bye.